State Representative Sue Helm of the 104th Legislative District, which is Dauphin and part of Lebanon County. And I'd just like to say welcome to my legislative report and my annual Senior Expo. There's lots of important information for seniors here today, and we're going to go on a tour and talk to a lot of the vendors, and hopefully you'll learn a lot from this program. The program is meant to share some of the information for seniors and basically to help all the seniors in my district. So we're going to leave on a tour right now. Thank you. Today at my Senior Expo here in East Hanover Township, I'm with Becky Oler, who is the president of the Dauphin County East Hanover Township Historical Society. And Becky's going to tell us all about the society and what you do.
Our Historical Society is a group of interested residents and non-residents who have an interest in the history of East Hanover Township. We do this by offering special programs on quilting, egg scratching, several of the one-room schoolhouse information. We publish a newsletter twice a year that has articles in regards to the Manada Furnace, the schoolhouses, and just the history of the township.
And how does this benefit seniors? Like, is it mostly seniors that come to your meetings, or is it anyone in the township, or who usually comes to your meetings?
We love having seniors at the township because they can give us information on how things were in the township when they grew up in the township. And they give us pictures that we try to file and keep on hand to share with other people. They have so much of wealth of information that they can share with us. But there's a lot of young people in our association too, and that just perpetuates the ideas of preserving the history of the township.
Well, tell me, if somebody wants to come to one of your meetings, should they call first? Is there a phone number? Or is there a certain day of the month and time that you have these meetings? How does that work?
We meet 10 months a year, the second Monday of each month, except in February and August. Our meetings are advertised in the local newspapers, and they're also in the East Hanover Township directory and newsletter. Anyone is welcome. We do have special programs, usually 2 to 4 each year. Some of those are on Stony Valley events, some are on other things that are happening around us.
Historically speaking, is there one thing that East Hanover Township is known for over something else? Is there one thing you stand out for historically?
I don't know if there's one thing historically. My family moved here in 1926, and there's a lot of families that were here before then, and there's a lot of families that have been here right after that. A lot of people know a lot of other people, and it's like one big community. It's a great place to grow up. It's a great place to raise your kids. We have fantastic facilities. The township is very cooperative with the Historical Society, as the one-room schoolhouse was moved over here in 1990, and that's a gem in itself.
Well, I know that I've enjoyed East Hanover Township in the short time that I've been the state rep here, because it just happened with the redistricting that I picked up East Hanover Township. But it's a great area here at this building. I know that you have Christmas parties here. There's also a Halloween parade every year. It doesn't start here. It starts out at the fairgrounds, and then we have the fair every year. Carnival, I guess you have every summer, which is great. But we just appreciate what you do and keep the township going and the Historical Society, because the young people, like you said, you have young people in the group, and the young people need to know the history of the township. So thank you.
Thank you.
And at our Senior Expo, we have Colleen Washington from the Dauphin County Veterans. So tell us what you do. Tell us all about your office and how you help the veterans.
What our office does is we assist veterans and dependents in filing for VA benefits through the federal VA. We also assist with state benefits and benefits that are eligible to those veterans through the county level.
And I know you come into our office, so tell me, like, I can give our office number and how they call us, but if they really want to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
They can contact our office by calling 717-780-6356. and that will get them through to either myself, I am a Veteran Service Officer, or our County VA Director, Tony DeFrancesco.
And you'll come in our office fairly often whenever you're needed, or what's your schedule for our office at 2090 Linglestown Road is where you come?
I don't have specific hours, but I'm there to assist the veteran or the dependent. Whenever they want to come into that office, I can usually make time and get them into the schedule.
And if you want to call our office, it's 717-651-0100, and then we will contact Colleen, and she'll definitely be there to help any veteran. But just give us some examples of what veterans, what they ask you to do. So for any veterans watching this, they kind of have an idea what you will handle for them.
Veterans many times need assistance in filing the paperwork for federal VA benefits, and that can be anything from if they were injured or have an illness related to their military service, that would be service-connected compensation. Many of the older veterans needing in-home care, or if they're in a nursing care or assisted living facility, they can be eligible or may be eligible for what is called pension with aid and attendance benefits.
One question I get a lot from veterans is property taxes, and they want to know if their property tax can be eliminated. And I know that's not an easy one, but what do you advise them when they ask that?
To be eligible for property tax exemption as a disabled veteran, you must be 100% total and permanently rated through the VA. That's regarding your service-connected compensation rating.
Well, I know you do a great job. Is there any brochures here we'd like to talk about, like anything that you can, when the veterans come to see you, that you could give them to advise them, maybe as far as what you do and how it can be helpful to them? I think it's important that the veterans understand that these services are available to them, because I also have a lot of veterans that, they have so much pride they don't want to come and say, I need help. But the thing of it is, we are here to help the veterans. That's my job, that's your job, and we want you to call us if you have a problem. But we'll just tell you a little bit more about what Colleen does here with Dauphin County and with our office.
One of the main brochures that a lot of people inquire about is burial benefits. Many veterans and their spouses are eligible for burial at Indiantown Gap National Cemetery located in Annville, PA. This is a benefit, again, for most veterans that are honorably discharged from the military. There is no cost to the veteran or the spouse to be buried at the National Cemetery. The only cost incurred would be that through the funeral home or through the funeral director.
Well, we appreciate everything you do, and honestly, if there's veterans watching this and you need help, please call us. We're there to help you. And thank you for what you do, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
And now here at the Expo, I'm with Janice Creason, the Dauphin County Treasurer, and Brendan Bretz, who assists the Treasurer here. So we're going to start out talking with Janice here, and let's talk a little bit about this Pennsylvania property tax or rent rebate program, which actually we have these at our office. People come to us to have them filled out, but they also call you to ask you to help them. So let me tell me what you do.
Yes, we get a lot of calls regarding the property tax rebate, and mostly because the requirement for that to apply for the rebate is that you have paid your property taxes in that year. So we will assist the taxpayers by providing a receipt for them and showing that their taxes have been paid, and that's something that they can use then. We'll also let them know that they can come to your office to get some assistance, because it's confusing. It's a simple form, but yet people are unfamiliar with it. It's only done once a year. Sometimes an accountant will help you. If you have someone filing your taxes, they'll provide assistance. But we were shocked by the number of seniors that came into our office who had no idea that there was a property tax rebate program. So after we discovered that through talking with them and asking if they had applied, we saw that they were struggling to pay their taxes, and we just asked them, have you applied for the rebate? And they had no idea what it was. So we have become more proactive in educating the public in our office through newspaper articles and talking to folks like you to say you can come to our office, get your receipt, pick up the form, hopefully come to one of your legislators' offices if you need help in filing the form or have any further questions.
Well, we appreciate what you do, because property taxes are still the number one issue no matter where you go, because people are having a harder time to pay those taxes. So anything that we can do to help the person out there that can qualify for this, we want to do it. So there's also a lot of people love their dogs, and we have a dog law, and people sometimes don't know that the treasurer is involved with dogs, but tell us everything you do that has to do with
I didn't realize the treasurer was involved with dogs either when I first took this position, but we are heavily involved. County treasurers are mandated by state law to issue dog licenses to every dog 3 months of age or older. So one of our responsibilities in the treasurer's office is to issue those licenses, both annual and lifetime. There is a reduced rate for seniors, so once you've hit the age of 65, you will pay less for a license. And of course that lasts for as long as you have your dog. The dog law uses those funds to police kennels, to regulate kennels, inspect kennels, to make sure that people are operating within the law and maintaining the dogs in a healthy environment. It would also be used to track dangerous dogs. The wardens are paid through these funds, so there are no tax dollars used in regulating kennels or tracking rabies or anything along those lines. So it's important for people to realize that when they license their dog, the funds that they're paying, the fee they're paying, is funding dog law. If you have a problem with a dog in your neighborhood, a dangerous dog or an abused dog, when you call the warden, they are being funded through the licensing program. So it's important on many levels.
And that's great to know that you're actually self-funded, because taxpayers aren't putting any more money into that to do it.
It is 100% funded by kennel fees and licensing fees, so that is an important thing. We try to publicize it as much as we can. We have sold 15,000 licenses this year. We're not the highest volume of licenses in the state, but we definitely are up there and working hard to make sure that these dogs do have licenses. The other good thing about that is that if your dog is lost and someone finds it and it has the tag on its collar, my phone number is on there and they can call and ask for information on the owner. We will then contact the owner of that dog. We have a database that's maintained for, I think 21 years is our requirement to have those records on file. And we will contact the owner and help to reunite that dog. And we've had some rather heartwarming stories about dogs and owners being reunited. So it is a good service.
I say that's great. I didn't even know you did that. So people love their dogs, and seniors, I know how important they are to you. They're wonderful pets and just do so much for seniors. We also have something else that people are interested in, that's bingo. So do you want to introduce Brendan here?
Well, we have Brendan Bretz with us today, and he is a deputy treasurer. And Brendan issues all of the small games of chance licenses in the treasurer's office, which we are also mandated by law to do. And he also issues all the bingo licenses. And he can tell you a little bit more about what happens with bingo in the senior centers.
All right, ma'am. Well, so we have bingo licenses at a reduced fee. Normally they would be $100, but for senior citizens, the senior centers and assisted living facilities, they're $50 of charge. And that's provided for the entire year to boost the morale of both the senior citizens and the assisted living facilities. Now you can have multiple bingos per week, but as far as other small games of chance, that would be through a different license. So as far as senior citizens go, bingo licenses definitely at a reduced fee, and it helps boost the community's morale as well.
And I think if they're doing it for entertainment only, there's actually no charge to them. If they're doing prizes and they're making money and spending money, then the fee would be $50, and that's popular because they do like to have bingo for the purpose of raising funds. It's all for nonprofit, it's not for profit. But if it's entertainment only in a nursing home or center, then there's no charge for bingo.
And I know, Janice, small games of chance, I know that people have to have licenses, and they kind of forget they have to do that. And I know you've helped me and constituents many times to get that license issued on time. So just talk a little bit about that.
Well, it is true that Small Games of Chance is available only to non-profitable charitable organizations in Pennsylvania. County treasurers are mandated to issue those licenses, and we do so on a very frequent basis. Brendan is in charge of that, and he's probably doing a couple dozen at a time, has them actively on his desk. We have to make sure that they are legally able to conduct small games of chance. That could be raffles, pull tabs, VFWs, and American Legions. It's a very popular thing there. And so he's making sure that they comply legally, that no one is conducting those games that has a criminal record or is under the age of 18. That everybody, we have information on everybody that's conducting those, and the district attorney does ask for those lists once in a while, and we have to report to the state on a monthly basis who we've issued to. So for that reason, I try, and Brendan tries very diligently to keep people informed so they're in compliance, because we don't want them shut down the day of their event, find out that they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So again, we've worked hard to educate the public, and we appreciate a forum like this where we can get that word out as well.
We're finding out that the Treasurer's Office does a lot of different things, but what's the basic function of the Treasurer's Office, even though you do quite a few things? What's the basic function of it?
The basic function of the Treasurer's Office would be to receive all funds and deposit all funds in a timely manner that are collected throughout the entire county. Anything that is paid to the county comes through our office. So our chief responsibility would be to deposit those funds and to transfer funds into appropriate accounts for payroll, receivables, and payables, and so on. So that would be our primary function, is we're the depository arm of the county. The biggest function I believe I serve that would be the most responsible part of my job, and the one that I have to really take seriously, is being a member of our pension board and making sure that our seniors who retire have the pension that they anticipated having. We have a great track record in Dauphin County for managing a very robust and successful pension, and so we've done a great job there thanks to the commissioners and the controller's office. So we make up a 5-member board of the pension board, and that is really important when you talk about seniors retiring. They want to know that their money is going to be there after working a long time for the county.
I absolutely know how important that is to seniors. Like being at the state, people are constantly concerned about their pensions, and we need to protect them. So we just thank you for what you do. If somebody wants to contact you, do you want to give an email address or a phone number or something?
Absolutely, I'd love to. Our phone number at the office is 717-780-6550. Again, that's 717-780-6550. And my email is jcreason@dauphinc.org.
Well, thank you. Thank you for what you do, and thank you both for being here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And I'm here with Erin from the South Central Emergency Medical Service, Inc. And she has this nice paper here that says, when to call 911. So tell me and all our viewers here, when should someone call 911?
Well, when in doubt, we always want you to call 911, but some basic times that you should always call are if you're having chest pain, shortness of breath, bleeding that you can't control, if you're with somebody and you see them pass out, or you feel like you might harm yourself, or you're with somebody that says they want to harm themselves. Definitely don't hesitate and call 911. But if you're ever in doubt, always call. The dispatchers have a series of questions that they'll ask you, and they can walk you through that and help you determine if you do need an ambulance, and they will never not come and transport you or treat you.
And if they do need an ambulance, that's where your company comes into play. Tell me a little bit, South Central Emergency Medical Services, like how do you reach out to seniors, or how do they get a hold of you? And like they have to, I believe, join your organization to call?
They can. We would help anybody whether they have a membership or not, but we do offer memberships. What the membership covers is it's $50. There's different rates, but $50 basically for one person, $75 for two. If you don't feel well, you want us to come out, take your blood pressure, or you fall and you just need help getting back up, that's called a refusal if you're not transported to the hospital, and no insurance across the board will pay for that. The fees for those start out at about $350 and go up from there. If you have a membership, you'll never get a bill for that. So we kind of look at it as, would you rather pay maybe $50 or $75 a year and use that service once or 6 times, because we'll never, not come to help you. It really does kind of pay for itself, that peace of mind as well. And then if you need to be transported to the hospital, we submit that to your insurance for you, and then the balance of your bill that your insurance doesn't cover, your membership is going to pick up for you.
So it's definitely good to be a member.
Yes.
Now, how do they contact you to become a member?
They can call us at the office. Our phone number is 717-671-4020, and we can get them set up. We can mail them a brochure. They can stop in. We can do a credit card over the phone. Whatever is easiest for the member, the person, we can always, be flexible and get them set up.
Well, here at the Expo, you have this device here. Could you tell me about this? We'll take a little picture of it, and you can tell me what it is and how it's used and why it benefits people.
Yes. This is the AED, the automatic external defibrillator. If somebody goes into cardiac arrest, which is when their heart abruptly stops beating, it's simple. You put the device on, you put the chest pads on, and it will prompt you exactly what to do. If it advises that the person needs a shock, what that shock does is it shocks their heart back into a normal rhythm so that it starts beating again. These you're seeing, they actually have a sign over here on the wall. They have one here. Airports, police officers, fire departments carry them. They're teaching elementary students how to use them because they're so simple, but they're such a life-saving tool. Like within 5 minutes, brain damage can happen if your heart's not beating. So it takes, a few minutes to get a 911 call and an ambulance started, and they definitely get there as soon as they can. But this and CPR are, the first steps to hopefully save somebody's life.
And if somebody, we hear so much about them, but if somebody wants to learn how to use one of these, do you teach them, or where would they go to learn?
We actually do. We offer classes at our office. They can contact us. The Friendship Center in Lower Paxton Township actually offers a lot of classes where our paramedics actually go to teach them. The American Heart Association, everybody goes through them for the certifications, and they do teach the AED, the CPR, and they actually have ones that include basic first aid as well.
Well, thank you so much for being here and also for helping everyone in my district, and especially the seniors.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Now I'm here with Amy from Celtic Hospice and Home Health, and she's going to tell us what she does, especially for the seniors.
Hi, my name is Amy Grace, and I work for Celtic Home Health Care. And what we do for the seniors is we provide medical care in their homes. And, when they can't get out to see the doctors, for physical therapy in the home, nurses come to the home, and we also have a hospice program as well. For our seniors, Medicare covers our services at 100%. A lot of people don't know that. So we can provide those services in the home to the seniors free of cost to them.
And that's really important that you know that Medicare does cover it, because people are all the time worried about money, and sometimes I think they don't go for service because they're afraid they can't afford it. But they could call you and make sure, and Medicare does cover most everything. Is that?
That is correct. Medicare covers our home health services at 100%.
And how does somebody get a hold of you?
The easiest way, and it's on all of our brochures, is the 188-923-5842, and you'll speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we can answer all your questions.
And just like, can a younger person use you? I mean, I probably wouldn't be covered by Medicare, would it, or how does that work?
We do accept commercial insurances as well, and younger people are absolutely welcome to use our services. We have physical therapy programs for people who have joint replacements, so we can benefit the younger population from services like that.
Usually when people have like knee replacements or hip replacements, they go to physical therapy afterwards, but I think it's starting to now they go before. Do you do that?
We can help in home with them before their surgery, absolutely.
Well, we appreciate everything you do. You came highly recommended to me. Somebody I know used your services, and they just thought you were wonderful. So thank you, and especially for helping our seniors and letting them know how their service can be covered.
Thank you.
Now I'm with Erin Gannon. She's a senior attorney with the Pennsylvania Office of Consumer Advocate. And just tell me a little bit about what your office does.
Sure. We're an independent office within the Pennsylvania Office of Attorney General. We represent the interests of utility customers in Pennsylvania, electric, gas, water, wastewater, some telephones. To the extent that's regulated by the Public Utility Commission. We help with individual consumer questions and complaints. We're a good source of information. So we have a call center. We encourage customers with questions about their utilities to call us. We can help with things like questions about how to read a bill, how to understand it, concerns about monthly bill that's been charged. We also help with service issues. If customers have a specific concern about any of those types of services, we can intervene on their behalf with the company, engage the company, try to resolve things informally to the extent we can. We also get involved from a utility perspective. If a utility is seeking to increase their base rates, mergers, acquisitions, transfers of customers to different utilities, we will generally get involved in those proceedings and just try to make sure that the consumer interests and voice are heard.
And the one question we get a lot in our district office, people constantly get calls from electric companies and they ask them to switch, and some have done it and they found out their rates are higher and now they're really hesitant to even do it. So could they call you and at least get a little bit of advice from you if needed?
Yeah, certainly they can. I encourage everybody to call our number. I have it's 1-800-684-6560. We have a website. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. But call our number. We have a call center that can try to help their questions. We also have a staff of attorneys that can help advise. But the main thing is for anyone who's considering a contract with a supplier, it's really on them to make sure that they fully understand the terms of the contract, understand if there's a penalty, understand how long the term of the contract is. If they have concerns about contracts they've already entered, those certainly call our office and we can provide them as much information as we can and kind of help them through the process.
Repeat that phone number one more time so they have it.
It's 1-800-684-6560.
Thank you so much for being here and for helping our seniors. Thank you. This is State Representative Sue Helm, the 104th Legislative District. Thanks for watching our show today. That's all the time we have, and we have lots of great ideas on the tour that you visioned here today. And if you have any questions, please contact me at my district office at 717-651-0100. We'll see you next time for my legislative report.